All right, good, thank you. All right, let's call the Board of Public Works and Capital Assets of July 9th to order. Roll call.
Marshall here.
Guzikowski here.
Zarnecki here.
Seifert here.
Segala here.
Thank you. Approval of minutes for, of 6/11/2024. Any changes or corrections? If not, motion to approve.
Seifert moves to approve the minutes of 6/11/2024.
Okay.
Yeah,
Guz-
that's right. you were.
Guzikowski seconds.
Marshall abstain.
Guzikowski, aye.
Zarnecki abstain.
Seifert, aye.
Segala abstain.
That's a short one.
I'm thinking the same thing because we need a quorum, at least 3. Right.
Do we need a motion to move them to the next meeting?
Let's make a motion to,
Segala makes a motion to hold over the review and approval of minutes from the 6/11/2024 meeting until the August scheduled Board of Public Works and Capital Assets.
Marshall second. Marshall, aye.
Guzikowski, aye?
Zarnecki, aye.
Seifert, aye.
Segala, aye.
Okay. Thank you. All right, review of common council actions related to public works and capital assets.
I'll take over for this one.
All right,
So we just asked that you take a look at your calendar for the Board of Public Works and Capital Assets meeting scheduled in September. Right now it's for the 10th of September. This meeting, we're going to be reviewing some of the capital improvement plan items, so it is going to be a longer meeting than normal. We're asking if you would all be available on September 12th as an alternative date. If not, if you could provide any alternative dates within the first 2 weeks of September, that would be helpful.
okay,
So if you could just take a look at your calendars and let me know if the 12th works. If not, we'll go ahead and try to schedule an alternative date. You don't have to let me know now, but if you could just send me an email or notification, give me a call after the meeting, that would be helpful.
are we gonna have it both days or just one day?
Just one. Yep.
Got it, okay.
I'm good for September 12th.
I'll make note of that.
I am as well.
I am too.
I am not, but I can try to juggle some things around.
Okay. Thank you.
All righty. Anything else?
That's it for that item for me.
Okay, number 5, consider a motion to approve the final payment for the lab renovation and upgrade project to Lab Furniture and Fume Hoods in the amount of $10,000.
Yeah, correct. We held back $10,000 for some work that needed to be completed. I would not consider it punch list. It's just work that wasn't completed yet. They came back and did all of that work. Project took a bit longer than we had hoped, but it is now complete. It looks very nice.
Okay.
Just finish it up, Mike.
Does, yes. So this is the last
Takes
payment.
Last of the items.
Question? Motion.
Zarnecki will make a motion to approve the final payment for the lab renovation and upgrade project to Lab Furniture and Fume Hoods in the amount of $10,000.
Galley seconds.
Roll call.
Marshall, I.
Guzekowski, aye.
Zarnecki, aye.
Seifert, aye.
Sigali, aye.
Okay. Number 6, consider a motion to approve utility vouchers in the amount of $641,296.07.
Nothing of note.
Okay. Any comments or questions on what you reviewed? Don't have any comments or questions? Motion.
Marshall will move to approve the utility vouchers in the amount of $641,396.07.
Seifert,
Galley
seconds.
Roll call.
Marshall, I.
Guzekowski, aye.
Zarnecki, aye.
Seifert, aye.
Sigali, aye.
Number 7, administrative and operations reports.
I would say a common theme on the admin report and the treatment report is our flows are quite a bit down due to the wet June. Admin report still shows an increase over the prior year, but we'll see that reflected next time. I don't know that it'll show a decrease, but it'll definitely be low, and at 2.2% it is low compared to previous years, what we've seen. The plant report is quite a bit down for our pumpage out there. Other than that, admin-wise, nothing really to note. I will say that We Energies is up quite a bit. They're one of the reasons why there's a 2.2% increase on the billing for June is because of We Energies. They were up 20%. They now have acknowledged that they have a leak on the property. They're trying to find it, investigate it. We're helping out wherever we can on our meter data to get that to them as well. So, other than that, there's a few others that are up and down a bit, but nothing very significant. On engineering, the only couple things I wanted to highlight there is the Drexel Avenue lift station work has begun. Right before July 4th, there was one lane closure on Drexel Avenue heading westbound. Right at the lift station, the contractor was able to come in and put the discharge piping in. They had some time to do that. They still have to wait for the building to come back and do that work. So it could be another month or so before they come back. But we will see additional work out there coming up. And lastly, on engineering, the very bottom there, want to recognize Jenny, our GIS technician. She passed her DNR distribution certification test. So it's fantastic. I mean, she's fantastic at the GIS stuff, but now she's developing some expertise on the distribution side as well. So I'm really proud of her for that. On distribution, similarly, Mike Nitecki passed the sanitary collection side. He is doing a fair amount of work on the sanitary side of the house as well, so that's great that he passed that DNR certification test. On goals, I guess on the distribution goals, I might highlight a couple of things for this, midway through the year. The operating valves were quite a bit down from where our goal is. You'll see a significant increase in that in next month. We're going to do the same process that we did with our hydrant flushing. We're going to start at 6:30 in the morning. We're going to work until 4:30 in the afternoon. We're going to put quite a few people on that task to blast it out and get it done quickly. It worked out really, really well on the hydrant flushing side. We're hoping the same thing on the valve side. We're also hoping we don't find too many valves to repair. Yes, we'll have a crew out that's using that, and then we'll also be doing it sort of the old-fashioned way, by hand. But the by hand crew, if you will, when they run into those stiffer valves, they're going to let the other crew know. Or if they need to be sucked out because they're full of mud or what have you, put that on a list as well. And we already know there's a list of those to begin with. But yeah, we're going to have them both out and running. The only other item I'd note on there is the cleaning of sewers and cammering of sewers. We're doing really good compared to our goal. There is a bit of backlog that we're still catching up on from the previous year, but this year we will have all of that done. So we'll be right even again, which is fantastic. Very happy about that.
Good.
Plant operations, I kind of mentioned it before. Everything's in the red. We've got a lot of negatives. The 5-year average is still looking good, and the yearly pumpage is only down 1.7%. So I'm sure we'll recover from that, but that's just a reflection of how much rain we've gotten. And, yep, and the lab work is complete. That's all I have on the reports.
I have a question about the two force mains that we've talked about.
Oh, yeah.
Can you give a little more detail?
So I swear I highlighted that to talk about, actually. Yeah, so we're replacing the force mains on 2 sanitary lift stations. Oh, that was on the other report. Okay, so on the 2 sanitary lift stations, the first one on Clement, when we did our investigation of that, it was 50% clogged or plugged. So we knew that we had to do something. And we've been thinking about this for probably close to 10 years on and off. We're going to have to do something with those force mains. They're made out of ductile iron. It's the same material. We have a lot of water main breaks on. They're a little bit older. They're in the 80s. Most of our water main breaks are in the mid 60s. But still, it's made out of the same material. We have corrosive soils around, and we definitely don't want one of those rupturing. We knew we had to proactively go after it. After we found how much blockage was on the Clement Avenue force main, that really pushed us into this project needs to happen. So that one's getting done, as well as Garden Place is getting done as well. Same vintage. We expect to see the same problems there. The difference on Garden is we're also going to add a fiber optic line so we can control that station via the fiber optic network. Right now, it's on a telephone relay. That does not work very well at all. Quite a few outages out there. So we only have the 2 lift stations in town, and they should be looking fantastic. We expect much better. We're collecting data on that now, but we expect much better pump performance once we clear out these lines. So we expect the pumps to work not as hard. They should last longer for us as well.
Thank you.
Good information. Are there comments or questions about the reports? Else? Well, that'll do it then.
Sigali moves to adjourn.
Seifert seconds.
Roll call.
Marshall, I.
Guzekowski, aye.
Zarnecki, aye?
Seifert, aye.
Sigali, aye.